seen some people online actually posting pictures of the Renault 5, actually saying how absolutely huge it is in the metal. In pictures, it looks okay, but actually, when you get to see it, it's just a big lump. Um,
What, the new electric Renault 5?
yeah,
I really like that little car.
well, there you go. But you've been taken in. Um, you've drunk the Kool-Aid,
Oh, mate,
uh,
I've had
and
the
fallen
whole
for it.
I had the whole bowl of crazy. I was contemplating buying a French electric car
Hmm.
just because of nostalgia,
Yeah.
because in 1988, when I was about 12 or 13, a friend of my mum's had a new Renault 5 turbo and let me drive it on a private road. And that was the greatest day of my life up till then. And the Renault 5 just looks cool. It just looks good. It still looks good. After
Yeah.
all these years, it still looks good.
Well, it would look a lot better if it had a little petrol engine and one of the wheel trims was.
Oh,
So
yeah, wouldn't it just?
yeah, there you go.
You know, I just gonna somebody's gonna go and buy one of those Renault 5s because they're only 23, 24 grand. I say only 23,
Yeah.
24, but that's actually quite a small amount of money for a new car nowadays, especially an electric one. They'll rip all the electric drivetrain out and then drop a 2 litre turbo petrol engine in it or
Hmm.
something. I can't wait for somebody to do that. Actually,
Yeah.
make it a real Renault 5 turbo.
Yeah, that would be funny. Yeah, because they have got one, haven't they? That they call a Renault 5 Turbo, which isn't. Which
Yeah, the new 535 horsepower rear wheel
yeah,
drive monster. Have you
that's
seen
right.
the price of it?
Yeah, it's £1 million. So there you go. You could afford it.
120
I
odd
mean,
thousand quid for a Renault 5.
yeah, that'd be great.
Yeah, just what nobody needs. You're right. What we need is it with little 1 litre, 1.3 litre engines, shopping car, just easy, get in, drive around. It's the electric thing.
It gets worse and worse by the day. I don't,
It does. It
yeah.
does. And do you know what? I've been increasing. Ooh, what's gone on in Taycan Watch? Can you see how many Taycans are for sale?
No, well, how many Taycans are for sale now?
Don't know. Let's
Is
have a
there?
look.
All right, we're going to look. Are we in real
Yeah,
time?
I'm gonna look. I'm already on Auto Trader, so this shouldn't take long. Last time I checked, it was about 940. 892.
All right, there you go.
Taycans are on the move.
They are amazing.
Yeah.
So that's good. Well, we've obviously alerted people to the fact that there's a lot around, and they've sold as a result. So there you go. So,
Well, the thing is, everything's attractive at a price, isn't it? You
well, I
know,
suppose so. But
130,000 quid Taycan that's 3 or 4 years old, done no miles, and it's 35 grand. All of a sudden, nearly 100,000 quid off. It starts to look quite appealing.
yeah,
Um,
if you're mad, yeah.
yeah, if you're mad. Well, I love cars. I do care what they're powered by because I like the petrol stuff.
Well, you froze when you saw how many Chinese cars were coming. So it's very appropriate. But
Yeah.
hopefully, I've got.
I've read a few articles this week about the thousands and thousands of electric cars they got stuffed in fields in China.
Yeah,
It looks like there's just vast amounts of electric cars scattered all over the world, really.
yeah, there is. Yeah,
Uh,
that people don't want. Strangely enough, I've been asked to interview one of the. I've done it before, but I think it's a different company who convert classic cars into electric cars, which seems the most ridiculous thing that will ever happen ever. And I did say to them, "Do you really want to talk to me?" Because obviously it's the PR company asking me. Um,
yeah.
so if they do a bit of research, they'll find that I'm a complete nutter. But But they've said no,
No,
we'll talk to anybody, so that should be fun. And if I can record that, that'll be
you
hugely,
know what? I think I should come with you,
yeah,
just really to make sure nobody bashes you over the head with a stick.
most ridiculous thing ever that you can. take the engine out of most cars, older cars, which is the whole point of them in many ways. That's the whole point, and they don't do that many miles, and so why on earth would you do it unless you're a vandal? You would be a cultural vandal if you were doing it. It
Okay.
doesn't make any sense. I know there's some crappy old engines around, and actually sometimes you just put a Rover V8 in something, and that'd be a lot better.
Well, that was 25 years ago, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Everyone put a road gate in something. Look, I understand what you're saying, and I don't disagree with you.
Mhm.
However, I I like resto mod,
Yeah.
so
Yeah, resto mod's
restoration
right.
modification.
Yeah, I don't mind that.
Yeah,
No, I'm okay with
but
that.
there
That's
is
fine.
an there
Mm.
is an argument to say that electrification of a classic car is just an extreme resto mod. So I can't really shout up and down because if I'm willing to put a different engine in an old car,
Mm.
what's the difference to an old engine to an electric drivetrain? So you've got to be balanced with it. Would I butcher up an old car and put an electric? No, I wouldn't. No,
Mm.
no, never.
No, it doesn't make
Um,
any sense. It doesn't make any sense.
no, it doesn't to me.
Mm.
Unless you're a Hollywood movie producer and you want to spend £500,000 on an electric E-Type
Mm.
because you want to clear your conscience about driving around Los Angeles, then I sort of understand it. No, and everyone says, "Oh, they're so fast." Yeah, brilliant, great. 0 to 60 in 3.5 seconds. It's ridiculous. You don't need. Nobody needs to go that fast, and I love going fast. I love fast cars, and yeah. If I'm, if I'm the guy that's saying, "What's the bloody point?" Then it's all got a bit silly. I
Yeah.
think you don't need a car that does 0 to 60 in 3 seconds. And the other thing is, you put a massive electric drivetrain in an old E-Type and you smash it up, you're dead because there is no crash protection. I hate to be the voice of sensibleness, if that's a word. Um, you know, but it's got to be some bit of logic, don't you think?
Yeah, I went to a couple of years ago. There was like an award ceremony thing, but it was held where there was a bit of an airfield, and actually they had a company there that put electric stuff into MGs, and they didn't allow you to drive, so you could passenger it. So the bloke was showing off, and I'll tell you what, he nearly killed me because he really tried to impress journalists, and what he was doing was he was snapping from side to side. So I ended up with backache, and I we were very, very close to actually going over because it was an MG. Because there's a limited amount you can do with an MGB. They're not bad cars, but really you don't treat them
They're just
roughly.
old.
Oh yeah, that's right, and that's what he was doing. I know this had been re-engineered and everything, but he apologized to me because really what he did on the track to show me how impressive it was, it didn't. I mean, in many ways, there was no point. There was completely no point to it.
No,
Driving an MGB on a nice country road with the air in what's left of your hair, if you have any, is
but
great.
you got a lot more than me.
Yeah, I still haven't got a lot, and it's going fast. But that's great. Yeah, I understand that. But the point, as you say, the point is not going fast. In an old classic car, it really isn't.
No,
So there
and
you
I
go.
think that we've got a performance saturation situation. I
Hmm.
think um, performance now is not what it used to be. 30 years ago, performance was everything, wasn't it? You
Hmm.
used to get Autocar and read the road test of the week, and I used to pore over the performance figures and look at the 80 to 100 times and all that sort of stuff. And I used to love it. But now you can make absolutely anything go fast,
Yeah,
anything you want, like really ridiculously fast for not much money, really.
yeah.
So performance really is secondary. Now it's about the emotion, it's about the
Hmm.
driver engagement, the driver
Yeah.
involvement, and everything else. So yeah, but I mean we've covered that many, many times.
Classic cars are terrible.
Please like and subscribe.